been revealed that Prince Andrew hosted the late ex-offender Jeffrey Epstein as well as Ghislaine Maxwell and Harvey Weinstein at the Royal Lodge, the publicly owned home where he effectively lives rent-free after he paid for its renovation.
We are delving into the most recent development in the ongoing story of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor and Sarah Ferguson today. And believe me when I say that it is chaotic, dramatic, and getting worse every week. According to recent sources, Sarah Ferguson is getting ready to leave the UK completely, nor for a peaceful vacation, nor for a respite, but for what sources refer to as a long-term escape strategy. According to the reports, she is not escaping to Abu Dhabi. Rather, she is considering moving permanently to Portugal, where Jack Brooks and Princess Eugenie are said to own a beachfront villa worth £3.6 million. Andrew is still dealing with the aftermath from the Epstein incident, though persistent American scrutiny and the heartbreaking fact that he is being kicked out of Royal Lodge. According to recent insider information, the ex-couple is finally ending their relationship. And for Sarah, that could mean being homeless, losing her reputation, and making a last-ditch effort to change. Fasten your seatbelt. A lot has to be unpacked.
There's more they can do because, of course, this process started under Queen Elizabeth, as we know, when she eventually, reluctantly, but she did so, stripped Andrew of his HRH status and his public duties, and effectively he was a pariah publicly anyway. It would have been impossible for him to conduct royal duties on behalf of the family.
Numerous sources claim that employees of the Costa Golf and Ocean Club have been preparing a guest suite for Sarah Ferguson, who is expected to arrive in January. A short drive from Lisbon, this opulent estate is located on the southern Atlantic coast. It is exceedingly private, heavily walled, and populated by celebrities who have purchased estates to avoid media scrutiny. We're talking about Nicole Kidman, who has apparently applied for Portuguese residence, Madonna, Scarlett Johansson, Alicia Vikander, and Michael F. Bender. According to locals, rumors are circulating that Sarah would arrive in a few weeks, possibly for a longer stay. The word here is that Fergie will be arriving sometime in January, a neighbor informed reporters. It's unclear how long she will stay, but she will blend in with the community. It's not a weekend getaway. This is not a journey for girls. It's an exile. Let's discuss the true reason she is preparing to travel to Portugal.
This new deal is being sold as a royal trade-off of sorts after weeks of mounting speculation and criticism over whether Prince Andrew would be evicted from Royal Lodge. It seems he's ultimately found a way out, but on his terms, as widely splashed across British tabloids today.
Despite their divorce in the 1990s, Sarah and Andrew are being forced to leave their enormous Windsor house, Royal Lodge, where they have lived together for 17 years. They are clearly out, according to King Charles. On the Sandringham estate, Andrew will relocate by himself to a smaller home. Sarah won't. There is no plan, no cottage, no annex, and not even a grace and favor option for her, according to palace insiders. She has been informed that she needs to arrange for herself. This implies that she is literally on the verge of becoming homeless. According to people with direct knowledge of the matter, the upcoming breakup with Andrew is genuine, definitive, and profoundly painful. The marriage may not have made it through the 1990s after over 20 years of living together as unofficial partners, but the cohabitation did. Even it is already over.
Sarah Ferguson, she's like a lot more of his friends. They're all running scared, they're all running away. Our daughter suffered 14 years of physical and mental abuse by a similar man who's now in prison.
Furthermore, Sarah's issues didn't start at Royal Lodge. After decades of scandal, they started long ago. However, when a leaked email appeared in which she called Jeffrey Epstein a supreme friend, things got out of hand. Her already precarious reputation was completely destroyed by that email. All of her charitable positions were eliminated. The British Heart Foundation dismissed her as an ambassador, and a number of other organizations discreetly severed their connections with her. The Epstein investigation was recently resurrected by American investigators in Congress. Everyone who profited from Epstein's relationships was a target of further subpoenas, pressure, and attention. Sarah has unexpectedly returned to the spotlight, but Andrew is undoubtedly at the center. According to a U.S.-based source with knowledge of the Costa Terra resort, Fergie would find it ideal to hide out while the Epstein scandal rages in Congress. She will be away from the unpleasant environment in England and surrounded by family and friends.
Well, this image shows them all at birthday celebrations at the mansion in 2006. Now, that was just 2 months after a US arrest warrant was issued for Epstein for the sexual assault of a minor, and Epstein was then arrested by police in Florida.
To put it another way, Portugal is a shield rather than just a sunny place. There's been a significant pushback. Sarah was abruptly removed from ITV's Loose Women, where she had previously been greeted as an amiable and animated guest. It's no secret that the producers don't want to cope with the current maelstrom that surrounds her. Reports of heated talks with a brand rescue team then surfaced. Indeed, reports use a phrase of full corporate-style reputation rebuild. Insiders claim that the discussions are on how she can make ends meet, how she may continue to make money after leaving Royal Lodge and losing her positions in the royal hierarchy, her titles, and her charitable endeavors. It's a total restart. According to reports, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie are really concerned. According to reports, Sarah's 2 kids are pressuring her to take a backseat, repair her reputation, and separate herself from her parents' issues.
A children's charity is distancing itself from Sarah Ferguson. After an email the Duchess of York sent to convicted offender Jeffrey Epstein in 2011, calling him a, quote, supreme friend resurfaced, Child Hospice Center Julia's House has issued a statement confirming they'll no longer be associating with the royal.
And now, in what appears to be a well-planned rescue effort, Eugenie and Jack Brooksbank are offering Sarah a safe haven at their opulent Portuguese home. The Costa Terra property was purchased by the Brooksbanks in 2022, with a golf course, spa, and some of Portugal's priciest residences. It is situated in a celebrity-filled enclave on the Atlantic. Reports that Eugenie only pays peppercorn rent for her London flat, Ivy Cottage, have been refuted by Buckingham Palace. However, they won't disclose if she pays the entire amount. In any case, this villa in Portugal is obviously her and Jack's serious base. You can know everything by the fact that they are getting it ready for Sarah. They are aware that January will be difficult. They are aware that the consequences will worsen, and that she needs to go away from the British media. Despite their years of cohabitation, the gaps are now visible to the public. On the Sandringham estate, Andrew is relocating to a smaller house. The people, the king, and international inquiries continue to put tremendous pressure on him.
And the king has taken it further and stripped him of private funding in a bid to kind of smoke him out of Royal Lodge. But the trouble is, as we've often said on this programme, he has this cast iron lease on Royal Lodge that is going to, 170 odd years.
His financial situation is unstable. He has ruined his reputation. Sarah is unable to follow him. According to reports, the palace does not want her there in addition to not inviting her. Additionally, it has been said that Andrew is too preoccupied with his own crisis to support her. According to recent rumors, the couple has been having heated dinner conversations about their impending breakup and what would happen when the eviction date actually arrives. According to one insider, Sarah is experiencing panic, anxiety, and heightened emotions due to the fact that she and Andrew will be physically separating for the first time in decades. The split becomes even more irreversible as she departs the UK. Costa is not an arbitrary decision. It's one of the most exclusive hiding places in Europe. Ted Harbert, a former head of NBC, called it Europe's Hamptons. It boasts a social circle of Hollywood celebrities, private beaches, private security, and private chefs. It is the ideal location to blend in without becoming engulfed in scandal for a woman who has recently lost all of her royal privileges and is desperate to maintain her social standing. Several more financial scandals concerning Sarah have appeared in the last year alone. Her connection with Pegasus Group Holdings, a bankrupt Bitcoin mining company she was paid to promote, was one of the most significant. In the Nevada desert, it promised enormous development. Rather, investors said the initiative failed and the funds disappeared. Before the company collapsed, Sarah reportedly received £200,000 in addition to a promised bonus of £1.2 million. Because her credibility is crumbling at the precise moment of the Royal Lodge eviction, that tale is now being repeated. Then there are the reports that have surfaced regarding her book sales, her previous company debts, and the persistent question of how she has maintained her lifestyle for so long.
I have no sympathy whatsoever for Sarah Ferguson and her friends and Andrew. I think they should stand down. It's time we remove the lot of them. There's a lot more than her, and they're all running scared, making excuses up now for what's been happening.
The financial strain is increasing for someone who is going to lose her house. The girls are taking over for this additional reason. Without a Windsor roof, Sarah cannot afford a Windsor lifestyle. For a time, let's return to Andrew because his storm affects hers. More damning tales have surfaced in the last few months. His startling actions behind closed doors have been discussed once more by staff. His conceit, his rage, and the notorious catchphrase that made news earlier this year, that he would shout at staff, have all been repeatedly mentioned by former aides. Additionally, there are recent interviews with Andrew Lai, the author of Entitled, who claims that Andrew's bullying tendencies and entitlement were evident from his school days. Lai presented fresh instances from his investigation on Andrew's treatment of women, employees, and co-workers. In addition, the U.S. Congress has started to put pressure on Epstein's network for greater transparency. This scandal is not going away. It is expanding. Additionally, Sarah's name always follows Andrew's. According to recent reports, Sarah has been hiding at a private bar on the property during her last days at Royal Lodge, confiding in staff members and sharing her worries. According to sources, she is afraid of losing her house, worried about her money, afraid of getting entangled in the Epstein case once more, and afraid of how this would impact Beatrice and Eugenie. She reportedly feels worn out, overburdened, and devastated about leaving the estate that she has always regarded as her own home. The Portugal plan, according to her friends, is not a luxurious vacation. It's a strategy for survival. Insiders are divided. Some people think she may eventually make a comeback after the storm passes. Some believe that this is the start of a long-term move, particularly if Eugenie and Jack continue to develop their lives in Portugal. Sarah might eventually make Southern Europe her permanent home. It's comfortable, secluded, and away from the tabloids. Additionally, it keeps her near Eugenie, who has become her emotional support system as her life in the UK falls apart. There is just one thing that is certain right now. Sarah is heading out. This woman was once married into one of the world's most influential families. She lived permanently on the Windsor estate, held charitable positions, and was a member of the royal family. She is now being kicked out of her house, cut off from the palace, abandoned by charities, avoided by TV networks, and made to depend on her daughter in order to avoid public disgrace. However, many would concur that this is long time. On a scale that even she clearly did not anticipate, it is a fall from grace. Her relationship with Epstein, her prior financial issues, her closeness to Andrew, and her own compromised email have all combined to create a perfect storm. She is currently getting ready to leave the nation completely. Thus, this is our current situation. While her ex-husband relocates to Norfolk under the watchful eye of an increasingly angry king, Sarah Ferguson is getting ready to leave Britain in January and take sanctuary in a £3.6 million Portuguese mansion. The former couple is physically and emotionally parting ways for the first time in nearly 20 years. Furthermore, it appears that this is just the start of a far more significant disruption. Make sure you are subscribed if you want to receive information on the eviction deadline, the trip to Portugal, any appearances by Sarah, and the ongoing investigations pertaining to Andrew. The pace of this tale is not slowing down. It's speeding up.